If I'm being honest, by I Don't Know Man on AO3, Episode 6, Chapter 2. No, you hang up. Unexpectedly, Todoroki made it a solid 4 bites into his burger before the interrogation began. The first introduced Todoroki to the surprisingly delicious taste of the famed Big Mac, and he gave himself a split second to surrender himself to the lovely flavor of grease before switching gears to more pressing matters. Bite 2 was marked by the illumination of metal light bolts. His inability to make excuses, his adverse reaction to avoiding questions, there was no way it was just coincidence. It couldn't be. Bite 3, Todoroki was convinced, as crazy as it sounded, that he was unable to lie. He didn't know how, or why, or even if his theory was correct, but the puzzle pieces seemed to point to that, if not a very similar picture. A picture where Todoroki was trapped with 2 talkative classmates and a shadow demon host in a fast food chain, unable to dodge questions or rely on trusty old awarded silence. Bite 4 was quite hard to swallow. Now, cue the interrogation. So, Todoroki? Ashita grinned, dangerously, and Todoroki could already hear the funeral bells. You like someone? Huh? He forced his bite of the burger down. Yes. And wasn't the point of this trip to make fun of my reaction to fast food or something? Yes. Change the subject. Easy. He could do that. Originally, yeah. Ashita leaned forward. But now, there are more pressing matters to attend to. Damn. He couldn't do this. You mean you haven't noticed before? Uraraka rolled her eyes. You just saw a perfect explanation of Todoroki's social prowess, and you think he'd be able to hide a crush? Ashita burst out laughing, spewing bits of chicken nuggets. Oh my god! Your little eye statistic! My abs were arching! I, too, felt an unwavering of satisfactory abdominal workout. Tokoyami, that traitor, pitched in. Todoroki frowned. I'm right here, you know. No offense. Uraraka patted his arm. Uraraka makes a good point. Tokoyami dabbed a ranch on his peck with a napkin. Todoroki does not initially naturally with people, like oil suspended in a sea of water. The burger in Todoroki's hands sagged. The both of you are right, Ashita noted, which is why we need to help him. Todoroki, who do you like? Todoroki panicked, dropping his burger with a wet flop. Like hell he was going to tell this peanut gallery. Knowing Ashito, she'd probably take it upon herself to lock Todoroki and Midoriya in a closet until they made out, or something. A definite no-go. Someone in our class. Alright. No pain, jumped kicked Todoroki's skull. Vague answers seemed to check out. Well, duh. Ashito flapped her hands. Do you even keep up with anyone our age outside of UA? No. Wow, this quirk was kind of... Any friends from childhood? No. Depressing. Okay. Ashito tried to recover with forced enthusiasm. I'm glad that we get to be your first friends then. You've had fun, I hope. Once I got past the initial awkwardness, yes, I have made several fond memories. Todoroki babbled, then inwardly groaned. He was oversharing, it must be part of the condition. Uraraka raised an eyebrow. What initial awkwardness? During first year, I had absolutely no idea how to interact with people my age. Once I accidentally talked Grota, like the cheese, and I was too embarrassed to talk to him again for months. That's just one example. Oh my god, Uraraka whispered. He always asked us if we went through that with you trying to intimidate him. Todoroki groaned, outwardly this time. I'm the worst. How am I ever supposed to become close with my crush if I can't even flirt with a random cashier? He didn't know why he was actively slapping his heart on his sleeve like this. Maybe it had to do with his current predicament towards honesty. But he allowed himself to continue. I never have any idea what the hell I'm doing. And they're so So incredible. So far out of my league that it's laughable. I don't even know how to begin. Todoroki patted his shoulder. I can't be sure who you're talking about, Todoroki, but that cashier was right. You can't sell yourself short. And I don't just mean appearance-wise. She teased. You always have a good old Twitter as confidence booster. Ashido added sagely. Inner beauty is great, but a little mascara never hurt. Todoroki blinked. But I don't even wear makeup. I think, Uraraka chimed in. What Tokoyami was trying to say is that you're the whole package, Todoroki. Whoever it is that you're interested in, you should tell them how you feel. Yes, Ashida balled a fist in conversation. Love is a spice of life. What have you have to lose? A meaningful friendship, a large chunk of self-confidence, the relative ease of interaction between my crush and I, and a huge amount of sleep. Well, alright, it sounds pretty dismal when you put it that way, but between you and me, Todoroki, Uraraka leaned over to whisper to Todoroki. If it's a certain green-eyed dude with no sense of self-preparation like I think it is, then I wouldn't worry about it at all, if I were you. Todoroki's heart bulgy jumped into his gut, springing back up from his throat. What? He choked. You heard me. Uraraka smirked. And I didn't! Ashido protested loudly. Secrets are no fair, right, Tokoyami? She grabbed his shoulder and started whispering obvious gibberish into the side of his head. Wait, do you even have ears? Todoroki took in the scene absently, mind still hooking on the fact that Uraraka, one of Midoriya's closest friends, felt confident that Midoriya... Well, Todoroki wasn't quite sure, actually, but it was definitely good news, no matter how vague. Right? So, Todoroki, how are you gonna confess? Ashido asked, yanking Todoroki's attention back before he could dive too deep into fantasy over Uraraka's words. Are you gonna go for a classic approach, like a rooftop, or just suddenly dip her into a kiss one day? And just like that, Todoroki plunged neck deep into fantasy again. I... His ears burned. No, I'm not planning to do that either. Her, Ashido had said, and Todoroki deemed it his best strategy interest to not correct her. Aw, boo! Ashido gave a thumbs down. And you still haven't told me who it is. Which is a double boo. Let's not boo Todoroki too harshly now. Uraraka, his beautiful shining guardian angel, intervened. Not everybody likes to share like Kirishima. Baku? Ashido groaned, and Tokoyami smiled into a salad. Exactly. So for the privacy, let's call Todoroki's mysterious crush by a codename, like Toyota. And just like that, the guardian angel lost her wings. Please, I'd rather not talk at all about Toyota. They have excellent crash safety ratings, Tokoyami said. The same can't be said for Todoroki's Toyota, Uraraka murmured, and Todoroki glared at her. I think this Toyota talk has been a long time coming, Todoroki. Ashido rested her chin in her hands. I mean, what's your plan? Were you just gonna live your life infatuated with someone by the sidelines, staring at them longingly like some really cute outfit in a shop window that you know you'll never be able to afford, so you just cry at night, thinking about how great it would have looked on you? What's a concise simile? Tokoyami sniped. Todoroki sighed. Yes. Because that was the truth, wasn't it? If he kept going as he was, he and Midoriya's fates were sealed as parallel, rather than intertwined. Somehow admitting it out loud made Todoroki feel rather lame. Ashido tuned. That's pretty lame, dude. No offense. None taken. Todoroki attempted, but the words couldn't come out. I'm always happy to help. If you want, I can lock you and Toyota in a storage room closet or something until you inevitably start making out. And there it was. In my opinion, you should scribe this Toyota with a heartfelt letter, spill your very soul into ink, and deliver it personally with the care that you may await the respond with bated breath. Todoroki relaxed a bit. That scenario actually sounded quite pleasant, really. I'm grateful for your advice, Tokoyami. Tokoyami nodded. Of course, after receiving your Jodious response, we shall then proceed to make out passionately. Oh my god, the nicknames. Oh my god, it brings me back to my old days where all my crushes had nicknames. Ugh. Oh my god, Sunny didn't have a nickname. I just blatantly just said Sunny. Dude, I was in I was in a public VC where they could have joined at any second talking about how I was infatuated with them. Oh my god, I'm stupid. But, as I was saying, I love this whole thing. Surprisingly, Tokoyami, Uraraka, and Ashido is a trio that I never thought I needed till now. I actually desperately needed this. I mean, I always thought Tokoyami, Jiro, and Shinso would be super cool. Like, imagine them all radiating, but like, I'm sorry. Someone as energetic and vibrant as Ashido, right? Someone as laid back, but still as vibrant and bubbly as as Uraraka, and then someone as chilled, laid back's dark side, as Tokoyami. That's not a trio I thought I needed till now. Like, don't get me wrong, like, see you. Ooh, okay. I always thought that Tokoyami and Uraraka would be friends, though. I always liked the idea that they both liked alternative clothing, right? And they both like gothic music and punk rock and pop rock, metal, stuff like that, 80s rock and shit like that, you know? I always thought that would be a cool thing that they, you know, bonded over. Like, it would be Mina, Jiro, Tokoyami, and them. Who else would be into stuff like that? I think Bakugou would too, right? So, like, all of them would love that type of shit. No, you know what? Bakugou would be the type that likes Britney Spears and Lady Gaga. Oh my god, and Shakira. He would love Taylor Swift. He would love Taylor Swift and Lana Del Rey. Do not, sorry. He vibes with Shakira, Lady Gaga, and Britney Spears only because they're classics and he is an educated man. But he literally vibes with Lana Del Rey, Taylor Swift, Olivia Rodrigo, and a bit of Sabrina Carpenter. You know what? Add Chaperone in there. He would vibe with Chaperone. He would. I always like the ad version that what you listen to isn't always like your personality. Like, imagine Bakugou. He's pissed. And he's walking. He's like, you know what? I need a distraction. He puts on his headphones and everyone thinks he's blasting out metal music when all you hear, or when all he's hearing is the other woman. Mitsuki. He would love Mitsuki too. Oh, actually, he might like Mitsuki. I think he'll like Mitsuki. He just wouldn't like the fact that her name is close to his mom's name. Not close, it's literally his mom's name. Sorry, I'm getting sidetracked. As always, my raindrops, make sure to eat, sleep, drink water, take your meds. Have a wonderful day or night. Link to my Discord server and socials are down in the description. Subscribe to see more of my content, and thank you so much for watching.